Okay, we're good to go. Sorry. So you guys.
So we pushed about 45 minutes further down the trail to a watering hole to water the horses,
Okay.
while you were extremely quiet on your horse.
Yes.
All right. So you guys see, let me move this up here. There we go. You guys see this. Well, actually, you're not quite there yet. Oops, let me put you up here. There you go. What? Yeah, okay, there we go.
It's completely black for me.
Yeah, me too.
Ah, doggone it. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not going to have you be there quite yet.
Okay.
Anyway, so, although, how do I? Yeah, I had to figure this. Oh, there we go. That reveal things for you?
No.
Oh, I see. Maybe.
There it
There
goes.
it is.
There it is.
All right.
Also of note, it looks like Charles Chuck Jansen also has an adventure card. Thanks to the stream.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, his first one.
His first one. Now all of us have one, I believe.
Do I have them?
Yeah,
You have
have
one, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to read what that does. All right. So, all right. So,
Ba,
close
ba,
this.
ba, ba, ba.
There we go. All right. You know what? I suddenly realized that I put 2 Jakes and a Jack in the adventure tonight.
Well, it's not like you got to worry about similar names starting with the letter J.
There we go. All right. All right. So before you get to this map, make a notice roll there, October.
A notice or a survival?
It's survival, sir.
I mean, they're the same, but
Yeah. No, survival.
I'll buy that for $10.
Yeah. So you find, because you've got 1 raise, so you find 2 sets of tracks. You find you find one set of tracks that's pretty old, and it's a lot of horses. You're not sure. You're guessing maybe 12.
Okay.
And you see behind that set, and it's the direction that Deputy McCullum is saying the ranch is. So they're headed towards the direction he says.
Right.
Now you also see a fresher set of tracks. That's a single horse.
And I'll pass that information to the others.
Any chance October you can tell how long they've been?
He'll reach down and touch the soil, and then he'll place a little bit of it on his tongue, and does that really get me an answer?
Yeah, the others are maybe a day old. It's hard to tell. Maybe from this morning, maybe from last night. But the fresh set, you're behind by you think you're just a few minutes behind.
Okay.
This set is very, very fresh. These look to be about the day.
So, just out of character for a minute, I loved what you just did, Daniel, because there's a saying that goes around in the Twitch community: when somebody's too good at a video game, they should go outside and touch grass. And you literally just touched grass.
That me. So yeah,
So we
that's
should
what
press
I
on.
say.
Yeah. Let's press on then.
All right. Water the horses and press on.
I'm not even sure if we have time to water the horses, to be honest.
All right, let's get going then.
Well, you're not to the stream yet.
Right.
Give me
We were just saying the plan was to go to the water, but if we're this close behind, then
yeah, the water's ahead of you is all I'm
Yeah.
saying. And I need. Was that a heck of a deal? I don't have a token for Slim.
Slim strikes me as kind of shady, anyways.
You kill me. Well, because you can't see his face. Nope, Doc's using that. Never mind. What am I gonna do here? Well, I'm gonna use this guy for Slim, even though you'll pardon me that he seems to have gotten a lot paler. And I'll fix this before. All right. I'm just adding counters to the thing here. If you give me a moment.
By the way, you never mentioned Daniel. Are you okay?
yeah, my head hurts, but I think I hit it on something. But I'm okay.
Well, that's not good.
Thank you for asking.
You're welcome, but don't do that. It's contagious.
Yeah. One more and I'll be done. Sorry. Oh, here.
And John, I'm just making sure you know you can then drag and copy all those folks to take to wherever the next map is.
Yes, that's what I normally do.
Gotcha.
They're gonna be dead long before then.
Probably so.
All right. So you should see everybody, and including this gentleman I just kind of put on top of this rock. That's the deputy, and I'm not putting anybody in any order.
Wait, he's right there. We can catch him.
So, before you're at this map, we're not at this map yet. You, before anybody else does, you hear a horse walking up ahead. October.
He'll put one hand up to note to his compatriots, and he'll say 1 horse. And he'll take out his bow and line an arrow up.
Before too long, the rest of you do hear a clump, clump, clump of a horse up ahead. And Doc, you recognize the man that handed you an envelope.
Yeah.
I mean,
How close am I? Are we in yelling distance?
Yeah, 50 yards.
Mr. Byrne?
You see, he reins in his horse and starts looking around.
and that's when I shoot the horse
Wave at him.
because he
I
can't
assume you're
can't
joking.
Can't get to the Circle Star Ranch if he ain't got a horse.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay. I sometimes can't tell. All right. Oh, thank goodness. He turns around, he sees you, and he sees you, and you can tell no, Marshal, not yet. I told you I would be on the bench.
I know what you said, son, but I'm going to have to ask you to come talk to us real quick.
You realize he looks like he's about twice your age.
Yeah.
Okay. He turns around and says, "You can follow me, but I'm a going." And for whatever reason, he's not riding very fast, but he starts walking his horse forward again. But it's not very fast. He doesn't seem like he's the greatest horseman.
I mean, I might mention out loud, if we shoot the horse, he can't get to the ranch.
You ain't shooting no horses. I'll kind of gallop up, I'll head up and try and catch up to him.
Yeah, you do that easily. Takes a couple minutes. I mean, not a half a minute. Marshal?
You want to tell me what's going on here? We know about your wife.
Well, then you know what I'm on about,
Yeah,
he says with an Irish accent.
I think you best let us handle this.
She's my wife.
I understand that. But the less we have to deal with, the better. So just let us.
Marshal, now I won't say no to company. And I reckon I could use the help, but I'm going.
All right, well, tell you what, don't you do any shooting unless we need you to, okay?
I'm going to ride up alongside
I'm
the
smart
two of them.
enough to take advice.
I say, tell us what we're getting into here.
Well, early this morning, some men came into the shop and told me they'd taken my wife.
Do you recognize these men?
No. And they told me that they said they'd release her unharmed, but I don't believe them. And they said all they wanted was this evening, they wanted us to leave the butcher shop and leave the doors unlocked. And they had business in the butcher shop, and I wasn't to ask questions. And they said if I did that, then she'd be returned unharmed. But I could tell the way they looked and the way they said they're not planning on giving her back.
What do they want with your butcher shop?
I don't rightly know. They didn't say.
So how did you know to come to Circle Star Ranch?
Well, now, they actually mentioned the ranch is where she was being held. I don't know why. And they said that if anybody got close to it, bad things had happened. And I think bad things are going to happen.
What time were you there? What time you normally close the shop?
Oh, it should be closed now.
Crap.
How about we send someone back to warn the sheriff that there may be some trouble at the butcher shop?
There's not going to be trouble because the shop's going to be locked.
Well, obviously somebody's gonna show up there expecting it to be unlocked.
By the time the rider gets back, it'll probably be past that time. We could try. While we send...
Want to send Jake back and then we'll only have one in the crowd?
No, why don't we... Oh, Jake McCollum? Sure.
Oh, not the deputy?
Yeah, the sheriff's deputy.
Well, he's the one that's taking you where you need to go. You have a deputy marshal named Jake, is what I was suggesting.
Okay.
But, whoever you want.
Well, send Estelle back.
Estelle?
Yeah.
All right. Says, well, I'm faster rider than any of y'all anyway. And she smiles and turns her horse around and she's off at a sprint.
All right. So, do you know how many men we're dealing with here?
Well, there's only 2 in my shop, but he points at the ground and he says, that seems like a lot of tracks.
All right. Well,
I figure we'll ride up and recon and see if we can figure out how many we're dealing with, see if we can get eyes on your missus and form a plan at that point.
Okay.
Don't go in guns blazing like Doc said. Wait till we get a handle on the situation.
Okay. So, you guys should, I think I have everything labeled for anybody can adjust it. Can you use the bottom 3 rows? Do you see, right, that brown spot, those bottom 3 rows around that brown spot, and just put yourselves in whatever formation you're in. And don't forget, Slim and everybody.
Oh, I figured we were riding on either side of Jack.
we're just playing musical chairs here.
Yeah. There, that looks good.
Okay. You gonna leave Slim and
Yes.
and
yeah, Slim's fine.
Jake Weber there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Lancer formation.
But I seem to have lost.
Woo, we killed all the bad guys. We win.
Hey, Daniel.
Oh, I didn't realize my mic has been up this whole time. Yes.
How do I get the initiative tracker back?
It's in your.
Oh,
it's
there
in
it
your
is.
Bar on the left. Yeah.
I had when I it apparently was. I moved my window so I could see the Discord underneath, right to the right, and when I maximized the window, it was there again. So when I shrunk the window, it apparently stayed in the part of the map that was not visible. All right. So I am going to deal some cards. I'm going to shuffle some cards. And then I'm going to deal some cards. One card to all players. Bam. Put it in order.
That can't be right.
GM's going first by a mile.
Apparently. All right. Well.
It's your turn, Jim. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all the time we had. Players are up. Daniel, if you say it's our turn, then I will give John's response.
It's our turn.
I'm agree. You fool!
Huh, I was waiting to hear my response.
It's on the Twitch.
It's on the
feed, but
stream.
If you have it muted, then you wouldn't hear it either.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's Gilbert Godfrey and
Penn
Penn. Yeah, saying "fool."
You fool. When somebody agrees with them.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, as you guys ride into this kind of open area, and it's really short grass except where you see trees and rocks. Right over here, this is kind of a low area that's full of water. I wouldn't quite call it a pond. It's maybe a small pond, but that's water. Otherwise, these are trees. This is a tree and a rock. These are rocks. This is a rock, and this is obviously a little stream.
It really is Missouri. Nothing but rocks.
Yeah, nothing but rocks. Yeah. So you as you reach the point you're at right at this particular moment, you hear that's far enough. Any farther, and we're just gonna have to start shooting.
In what
U.S.
direction?
Marshals, lay down your arms.
Marshals? We said. I think this is going to be bad for you there, Mr. Byrne.
What direction is he coming from?
Widen out the map. Look across the stream.
Okay.
And you see, right as he says that, you see somebody ride off. A sixth person rides off right as that gets said.
Do you have this?
October. Go.
Yep. And October will take off in kind of a half loop.
Well,
Around...
Doc and Chuck are going to go before you, sir.
Oh, yeah, there.
My apologies, because that sounded like that was about to be really neat.
You're right.
Yes,
Question. Since
sir.
I can't see him, it's 14 squares to the edge of the map. How far is it to the sixth rider?
It's gonna be it's 14 to the edge of the map, so it's going to be 26.
26? Got it. Thank you.
Yep. Moving target with obstacles between. You'll have a -4 because I assume you're going to want to shoot him. Doc, your turn.
Who's the guy who's running?
He's not on
Just
the map.
yeah, not on the map. He just turned around and started heading the direction you guys were going.
So he'd be 26 squares away.
Yep.
Still within range of my rifle, but
Yep.
I'm gonna. They haven't started shooting at us yet, have they? They're just.
No, they haven't. They just said don't move or they will. They threaten to shoot you. And then one guy started heading what looks like towards the ranch.
You can release Mr. Burns' wife, and none of this will be a problem.
No answer.
All right, then. So I'm going to ready my rifle and take a shot at the guy who just ran off. Or is he's probably still in range.
Yep.
You said 26 squares. You have a -4 because he's moving and there's obstacles between you and him.
Okay. So
Rocks and trees and such.
You could move up.
yeah, yeah. Move over here.
You can move. Was that 6 squares?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and I'll take a shot with my rifle.
Okay. As I said, -4.
Again, that's just shooting, right?
Yes, sir. Do you have any edges that apply?
I have a marksman.
What's that do for you?
Shoot. Sorry, I'm still getting the hang of this. How do you bring it up?
Click on the third. It should be the third thing. It's journal, and then bring up your character sheet.
Yeah.
So, marksman. Oh, you know what we need to do? I'll do that for you. That's my other homework, is I'll put the rules copy-pasted right into your character sheet. So you can click on that and
Or tomorrow. Oh,
let me,
yeah.
let me
Sorry,
see.
Mike.
No, we're all good. Let me just look and see.
That reminds me, John.
Sure.
I was supposed to remove Two Gun Kid, and I think Marksman is where I'd want to go with that too, but I don't know if I meet the requirements for it.
Sorry, I need to reload into Roll20.
Trying to pull up the...
Okay, so marksman, what it's going to do for you is... So you might. I'll let you take back your move if you want, because marksman's only going to help you if you don't move.
Oh, okay.
So you can move yourself back if you want, or what it does is if you don't move, it gives you a +1 to your shooting roll, or it allows you to ignore 2 points of penalties.
Okay.
So, if you took the +1, you would have a 5, if you took the two less of penalties, you'd have a 6.
Okay, then I'll
So-
take the.
So you've
Wow.
hit. So you've hit, and but you don't have a raise, and that's, of course, we're using your wild die since it's the higher die. So go
Mhm.
ahead and roll your damage.
So 8
Yeah,
plus 4,
yeah. So
12.
you see the guy kind of slump over in his saddle. You've hit him, and he seems hurt, but he's still moving. Charles,
Okay.
Chuck,
I
Mr.
know
Jansen.
I'm going to ask this question. I know I'm going to get flack for it, but I have a plan. So, chat, don't desecrate me yet. Would it be less penalties to hit the horse?
That's a good question. Let me look up the size table. It would only be if the horse was a larger size on the table than a man.
Which I would think it would be.
What have you got against horses today, Chuck?
I'm hungry.
81. So let me see what the size is actually. Vehicles. Why do you say 81? There's nothing about it there. 106. Scale modifier. Okay, so here's the thing: is the thing about size is it's a pretty broad spectrum, right?
Mhm.
So scale modifier is what we're talking about, and so for normal, where's the others? 178. Yeah. Oh well, now there you go. All right. So if I use the size table, just a second. Okay. So here's how it works. In the normal scale on the size chart, it goes from child at the smallest for a of the normal scale goes from child all the way up to warhorse, and that's all considered normal. And you don't get into the plus to hit until it gets to hippo and great white shark.
Okay, well then I will aim at him. And do you still have marksman open by chance?
No, but I remember what it says.
I just wanted to know what the requirements were, because
plus 8 agility. I think an 8 agility.
Yep, I got that.
And other stuff.
I probably have that.
Is marksman an edge or is it an ability?
It's an edge.
It's an edge because he was requirement seasoned, athletics D8, or shooting D8.
Oh, okay, I'm good. Perfect.
And so you've got the same -4, and
So
which
it'll
is
be-
probably a -2.
Yeah, minus
Right?
2. Yep, you got it.
Okay.
So I will make my shooting roll as soon as I find it. Shooting. Roll.
Okay,
Does a
so
13
you've
hit?
right. So you've got an 11.
Right.
And so what you have is an 8 is 1 raise, a 12 is 2 raises.
So I got 1 raise.
So you've hit, and go ahead and roll your damage, and then we're going to do something else. So you've got 10 damage. Now roll 2d6 exploding, 1d6 per raise.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We'll take the 5. It's 1d6 just because you got raises.
Right.
It's not 2. Forgot that roll. So you've rolled a 15.
Correct.
And so you are, well, the guy kind of flinches up and falls off his horse, and the horse runs about 3 feet and just kind of stops.
Good. And then I will shout, "Same fate awaits anyone who doesn't lower their weapons right now."
And they were holding their action and are now going to start shooting.
Yep. Luckily, Jake's in front.
Because I can do that too. All right. So we'll start with this guy. And he's going to...
No, we didn't intimidate any of them.
No, unfortunately not. Oh, good Lord. Who's this? I need to zoom in. I can't tell who's who. Oh, wow. Okay. The first guy to shoot is the guy all the way on the right. And he shoots his rifle. Blam! And he hits Jack Byrne, and Jack Byrne falls off the horse. Ugh. Next guy, the black and white guy here, shoots, and he hits
John Byrne. No, who'll draw Daredevil now?
He hits Slim. And you see Slim, and Slim slumps over in his horse. Next guy shoots, and you hear a crack, and a bullet goes streaming past. This guy all in black takes a shot, and he shoots Deputy McCullum there in front, and you see the deputy kind of grab at his arm. Ah! And then this last gentleman with the beard, although probably not much of a gentleman, you see him, well, you don't see him, but he's fiddling with his rifle trying to get it to work. All right. October, sir.
1 second. Sorry, there was an important thing that I had to make sure was known. So, just so I have everything on the table, these 5 are getting ready to shoot and have shot in our direction. The
Yes.
one that took off on the horse is dead.
Is on the
Or
ground.
is on the ground. Is his horse near him?
Yes.
Is he moving?
The horse or the guy
No,
on the ground?
The guy on the ground.
It's not moving.
Okay. That changes what I was going to do, which is all good because I have a 4 for initiative. Do I see where these 5 have tied up their horses?
They're sitting on them.
Oh. Okay. I'm going. October is going to climb up onto the bareback of his horse. He will take a feather from that's tied into his hair. He will bring it up from his chin up to the top of his forehead and throw it. And as he throws it, his body seems to melt away beneath him. If I get high enough on my roll. Because that's always a thing. Boom. Yeah, I'll say that does it.
Yeah, that does something
and
pretty amazing.
His body like comes apart in feathers and dust, and he becomes a peregrine falcon, flying nearly straight up and over, pretty like as high up as allowed, and then starts flying towards them.
Okay.
So that I am over them, and that would be my entire turn. That
Yeah.
would be my movement and my action.
Well, I'm gonna deal some cards. How about that? Whoop. Not that one though. There's what I'm trying to do. 1 card to all the players. Turn. Order them. All right. Chuck.
So the first thing I'm going to do is concentrate on the man in black. He is very close to us compared to the guy that was far away. So I'm going to shoot at him.
Yeah, -2. Which is minus nothing for you.
Yes, that is correct. So let me roll shooting. Shooting. Go. I'll take that.
All right, so you've got 2 raises. So roll your damage and then roll another d6.
I'm going to spend a Benny to reroll that damage.
8.
That's better, and then we'll roll the d6. Roll 1d6, exclamation point, bam.
So that's a 14.
14, yes, sir.
So, you see him, he slumps over and he slumps over and then just slowly, like in slow motion, slides off his horse.
And that'll be my turn.
Doc, sir, you are up.
Take a shot at the guy from the very far right.
The guy in the red shirt?
No, sorry, I meant left.
Oh, okay. The guy in the kind of tan shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 9 hit.
A 9 is going to hit, sir.
All right. I will roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't think it'll work, but I'd hit my wow button to go, wow, right now.
Wow. You hit him right between the eyes, and he just falls backwards off his horse.
Alrighty.
He's missing his cowboy hat now.
Turned his head into a canoe.
Yeah. And you know what I forgot to do is there's a whole lot of folks with you I forgot to shoot last turn. I guess they were just too stunned to shoot. October, sir.
Okay. So the Peregrine Falcon has a fastest flight speed of 242 miles per hour when dropping, but when flying, I think it's closer to 40 to 50.
Okay.
So I would say that probably puts me over them.
Okay.
So I would like to drop and then pull up right before I hit the ground and transform back, like being on the ground near them.
Okay. And that's going to be your movement?
So that would be.
Is it a free action to to turn the spell off?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you can place yourself where you want to be.
Okay. This is going to be bad.
For us.
For me. Actually, here. So there's no question about where I am. And I have the high ground. Of course they have guns, so it doesn't matter. And then I am going to cast Beast Friend. So he will run his hands down the paints on his sides and then under his eyes, and he will speak in bestial. And boop boop. Where is that? That is this one. I'll take that. And I will. That means that they are even with Mind Reader. Sorry, I know I didn't say it this time, but every time I cast it, it's with Mind Reader.
Mind Rider.
Mind Rider. And I am. You said there are 5. They are all size 0 because we just checked. He is going to. They are more obedient. He's going to tell them all they deserve to be free. Free themselves of these riders. And then, like, stop these riders from being dangerous and then take off. Be free. Oh, there's only 4 horses. I mean, there are 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's 5. One already got rid of his rider.
Yeah. So I'm going to be talking to him too. That's fine.
Okay. So the first thing is that's going to cost you 5 power points.
Yep.
How much did the shape change cost you?
3.
Okay, so you've used 8.
Yes.
Okay. How many do you have?
15.
Okay.
So I have 7 left.
Okay. Simple commands. Okay, so I need to look up skills and make a whole bunch of skill rolls. Probably 29.
Yes, 29 skill rolls. I agree.
Let me look up ride. I'm not sure why I'm going to be making ride rolls, but I seem to be that I'm suddenly going to do that.
Ride to the hills. Ride for your life.
Because I got a raise on my roll, does that mean it's more difficult for them to control their horses because they're following my commands?
It makes it more likely for them to follow your commands. But it's still going to be a horse doing what a horse does. But it just means that with that raise, because you got what, 8, 12, you got 2 raises.
Mm-hmm.
And Actually, it's well. You don't have to. Are you going to try to control a horse that doesn't have a rider?
I mean, I had already said 5. I wasn't sure if you'd let me take that
Okay.
back, but
So, well, here's the thing. If you're going to add Mind Rider, that's a +1. So
I
I'm
forgot
trying to
about that.
decide.
Yep.
Right. So that's actually 6 points. But I know what your plan is, and I don't think your character isn't going to tell a horse without a rider on it. So we'll leave it at 5 points, but that means that horse is going to be standing there, unless you want that horse to run too.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so we'll leave it at 5. Alrighty, so let me start with this dude. I need to come up with what symbol means I fell off my horse.
I think you should use. There's a symbol that's a skull with crossbones. You should use that one.
I'm going to use the snail for I fell off my horse.
Okay.
Shouldn't that guy be dead?
He just fell off a horse.
Isn't that the guy shot in the head, though?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the stream.
Right.
Hello there. Thank you for the biddies. You're rock star.
Does that mean there's only 3?
We appreciate you.
Because this other guy has a little.
Oh, that's right.
And
so
don't
2
forget
of them
the guy. Yeah, the guy in black is also fell off his horse.
Yeah. So actually, make it 4 points you spent.
Okay.
You're right. I did forget about a guy. So I'm going to give that guy a snail. And I'm going to roll these dice. Okay.
And then October will say, stay on the ground. Don't touch your weapons. If hand touches steel, I swear by my floral headband, I will end you.
Nice. I was literally just going to say the other one. I like yours better.
You prettier, I would.
I finally got it to work on my TV for whatever reason. On what is that, Hulu or Netflix? I forget which one it is. I can watch every show except Serenity, and I tried it again, and suddenly it's now working. And I just, when I posted that the other day, this guy fell off, but he seems to kind of be okay. This last guy is on his horse. This guy here, he's still on. He made his riding roll, and he is still on the horse. This guy fell off, but he's okay, and this guy fell off and is shaken. So these 2 horses are running. This guy's on his horse, and the horse is trying to buck him off.
Okay.
And
that's
so
10 minutes. 10 minutes of him trying to buck him off.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so it's my turn. So we're going to start with this gentleman, who's probably not much of a gentleman.
I gave him the warning.
I do have a question,
Yeah.
and you may have already considered this, but falling off the horse, is there a chance that they are stunned from doing so?
So, page 103, they take 2d4 damage when they fall.
Got it. Cool, thank you.
Which is why this guy's shaken, and this guy.
Got it. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that's what it was or not. In the top right
this
corner.
guy's shaken. Didn't make his bigger roll. This guy is just on the ground, so it's a free action to stand up, and he's going to stand up, and he's going to shoot you, October, or shoot at you
with rifle.
Pistol.
Okay.
And
Is there there is no minimum range for the pistol, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to use a Benny on what I just rolled. And
Yeah.
I can't Benny a critical. And so yeah.
Blows in his hand.
Was that the one who's shaken?
No, that's the one that's not shaken. The one that's shaken is still laying on the ground, trying to breathe.
Poor guy that's not still on his horse. Just got shot by his friend.
This guy right here. This guy here.
Oh, and you have a Benny.
Yeah, it's a good thing you can't use it now, because that would suck. But he can't use it because he got a critical. But you have a Benny,
Yeah.
DM.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Who did that?
Dockish Dark.
Well,
Dr.
we know which
Stark.
side he's on. He's on the right side. There we go. I'm back up to 4. Thank you very much. I'll put it to good use. Wink, wink. All right. No, he doesn't. He doesn't shoot his buddy, but he aims up at you, and he aims up at you after standing up real quick, and he actually slips on a rock and falls on his backside. And
it wasn't a long discarded banana peel in the Ozarks.
Oh, it might be. It might. Well, we're not in the Ozarks in Colombia, but yeah,
enough.
close enough. All right. Now, while I'm at it, let me have the good guys here during my term also shoot. Although, yeah, he can. Jake McCullum here, the deputy, he can shoot. You're not between him and the guy in the red shirt. But he misses. Jake Weber is going to move over here, and he's going to take a shot, and he's going to hit. But he's not going to wound. Slim's going to ride over. He's going to take a shot. He's going to miss. Who we got? Percy. Percy's going to ride over too. He's going to ride to there. He's going to hit. He's not going to. These guys are rolling ones for wounding. And somebody's going to make a vigor roll. And makes it. Okay. I need to deal cards.
I mentioned to Doc under my breath sideways. The only person that would hear us would probably be Jake. And he'd be like, what's the over under on which one of us is going to take out more?
Well, October's up first. So you've got 2 guys laying down, shaking on the ground in front of you, and you have the guy in the red shirt all the way on the right, October, that is trying to stay on his horse still. And it's your turn.
October is going to, because he's technically still on the rocks or whatever, he'll move to here. And does it look like the shaking guy is going for his guns, his weapons?
Well, they actually look like they have the wind knocked out of them, like they're trying to breathe, but yes.
It's a shame. He will brandish his tomahawk and attempt to chop the guy's hand off.
Wow. Okay, so called shot to the hand.
I think it's a -2.
A -4 for the hand.
Oh, for the hand? For the hand
Yeah.
size?
Now, are you trying to disarm him, or are you trying to remove his hand?
Disarm him.
I'm trying to dishand him.
Yeah.
Okay, so -4.
No, I'm just trying to wound his hand so that he stops reaching for his weapon.
Okay, -4.
As a matter of fact, it'll probably even be the back of the tomahawk.
Okay,
So blunt damage, not sharp damage.
okay, -4.
Okay.
Although, wait a minute. I think if somebody, do you have a bonus to hit if somebody's shaken?
Oh, why don't I have that sitting out? I should have that sitting out. Where are you? 15 different role-playing systems, so I have to figure out where I left the pieces. There it is. Shaken.
I'm not seeing it say anything about that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because you're not like unconscious or whatever. But it does limit what you can do.
I'll be back.
So yeah, no,
Yeah,
just -4.
I have stunned, not shaken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will Benny that. And I will Benny that.
Really?
I mean, it's -4, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And so I'll Benny it one more time, and if this doesn't work, then yeah.
I will.
So
I'll Benny one.
oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nope.
Wow.
Was not meant to be. So I will shake the tomahawk at him and hit the ground next to his hand.
Yep.
And say, away from your weapons or you will end up like him. And I'll point to the dead guy next to him.
Okay, fair enough. Doc?
So are any of these guys still? I guess the only
The
one.
guy all the way on the right is still on his horse, but he's seems like he's more focused on trying to control it.
All right, I'll take a shot at him.
Okay.
Eesh. And I will Benny that. Once more.
Once more.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's going to hit.
Oh.
All right. I
Oh my god.
Wow.
love
No,
this gun.
it's blow, not wow.
Wow.
Blow.
Are we marshals? Or are we like in a Black Ops assassin team?
Quigley down under here. So, all right. That guy just blam is just not on his horse anymore. And he's also missing his cowboy hat. Chuck? So you actually don't see anybody because there's a rock between you and them. And you see empty horses
I see
that
the
run
left
off.
one, right?
Left
Left one I got clear line of sight to. Because that's October on the rock.
Yeah, well, yeah, behind the rock now. But don't forget, because where are you? You're here.
Yep.
So
I got
let me.
Clean line.
So to this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's through a bush. But he is laying on his back. Trying to breathe.
Yeah. So I assume a -4, what, a -2? -4?
He's prone and you're shooting through a bush, -4.
Okay. So -2.
Yeah, right. You're right. All
right, let me roll shooting. I'll Benny that.
Oops. There we go.
I'll Benny that one more time. Yeah, I'll use it. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
So that's a raise. Just 1 point short of a 2 raises. And so go ahead and roll your damage and then roll an exploding 6 stat on.
Okay. That's weak sauce. Roll 1d6 exploding. Come on, exploding 6. Nope. 5 points of damage. But he is shaken, so.
He is shaken, but you didn't get past his toughness. So
Boo.
he just continues to be shaken.
And then I'm gonna move at this point. I believe I
Okay.
can do that.
Now you can't.
I can't because I used marksman.
Marksman, and marksman says you can't move in the turn.
Okay, great. Then I am done.
Me. I'm going to make a vigor roll. Well, I'm going to attempt to make a vigor roll. I'm going to attempt to make a vigor roll. All right. I made a vigor roll. And this guy seems to have shaken his head clear, and he rolls over and shoots at you with his pistol there, October.
No, he does not.
You're right, he doesn't. He rolled a 3.
That's right.
And you know what? I promised that I was going to use a certain Benny to good use,
Son of a gun.
and I think this might be good use. And let me look at your character sheet. I rolled a 9. Well, it's shooting, so I've hit, and I actually do have a raise.
Dr. Stark, I blame this on you.
So your toughness is a 6.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I do have armor, though. Does that count in?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
So what's that give you?
1. I think that 6 is
Oh,
with
so
1.
so my target's a 7.
Yeah.
And don't forget you can use a Benny to soak 4 or 5.
So we've got a 7. So I rolled a 17. So
where are the bannies?
so that's shaken is a 7. 4 more is 11. So that's a wound, and then 4 more is 15. So that's shaken in 2 wounds.
And if I use a Benny to soak, because I'm trying to find that right now.
Yeah. So that's on page 96.
Thank you. I was almost there.
After rolling damage but before applying wounds, a character may spend a Benny to make a soak roll. This is a vigor check with each success and raise, reducing the number of wounds suffered from the attack by 1. If the character soaks all the wounds from an attack, he removes a shaken condition too.
Okay.
And don't count the wound modifiers he's about to suffer when making this roll. That hasn't happened yet.
Okay, so in order to make the roll, I have to spend the Benny.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, so I spent the Benny. Now I'm going to roll a vigor.
Yes, sir.
We want it to explode.
Give me 1 second, real quick. Sorry.
I didn't. That Benny that got gifted to the game master ended up in a 17 wound roll. So points well spent, I guess. Depends on which side you're on here.
It's all right. I have a plan. I have a new plan.
Okay. There was something I had to look up, but it doesn't look like any of it is effective.
The DM has received another Benny.
Oh my goodness.
Of course he has. Looks like you have a teacher's pet. That's right, Dr. Stark. That's right. I'm gonna make the roll. I was seeing if something else would come into effect, but it doesn't. So I will make a vigor roll
and hope it explodes a lot.
A lot.
Of course not. Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 wounds. And
Well, no, you're going to take 1 wound in a shaken.
Right.
Oh, 1.
Yeah,
Because
because
you
you
got
rolled
a
a 5 on
success.
the wild die, so you have 1 success.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
So it's going to be shaken in 1 wound.
I mean, unless
Okay.
Doc wants to spend a Benny to let you reroll.
It's fine. You keep them to finish these guys off before they kill me back here. 1 wound.
I got it.
And okay. And then where did those other things go?
So that's it for my turn. I need to deal cards. All players to that. To that. To that.
Wow, that's a bunch of malarkey right there.
Well, you can spend a Benny to try for a different draw, but you got to take what you get.
No, I can't.
Well, anybody with a Benny can.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just telling you.
we drew high cards. You drew the highest card.
Well,
Other than
I'm
Joker.
good like that.
Benny.
But I'm just telling you, anybody with Bennies can spend 1 now for another action card if they want.
Okay, I will.
Please get a Jack. That's what, or not a Jack, Joker. That's what I want you to get right now.
Well, he got a 10. And we keep going until you're out of Bennies, or you don't want to do that anymore. Up to you.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So who's going to do what? I'm going to do something I've not done before. This is exciting.
How do I do a killing blow?
No. So we're going to roll opposed athletics. He is going to try to grab you and put a knife to your throat.
Okay.
So roll your athletics. Or not a knife. He's just going to put his pistol to your head. That makes more sense.
But roll athletics?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
What is this entry? Coupe de Gracie.
That's a critical fail, by the way.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Is
it
it?
is. It's a 1 and a 1.
Oh,
I
it's
have a
and
minus
one,
1
and
for
you gotta-
wounds.
minus
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Do you know what I rolled, Daniel? I thought you were okay.
Really low.
I rolled a 2. I'm thinking he just has to
And
beat a 2.
I got a critical failure. Yeah, I'm not doing too hot.
So
I'm bruising under the gun.
Yeah, he grabs you, and when you struggle, you drop your tomahawk.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's with his left arm, he's got you around the throat, and he's got the gun to your head, and you count as entangled.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Yes, you count as entangled.
Because entangled, I think, is a version of grappled.
Right. So
Yeah.
if the attacker wins, the foe is entangled. With a raise, he's bound. So
No raise for you with your 2.
So I was like, oh, shoot. I rolled that, and I was like, oh, so he's going to be fine. Entangled, I think you have to make a strength roll to... all these rules we've never used before. This is good stuff. 98 and 101. Entangled. The victim can't move and is distracted as long as you remain so. So, okay. All right. So, where are we? Chuck. Oh, when he does that, he says, anybody? No more shooting, or the engine here gets it.
Did it drop?
No, I'm trying to figure out. I think I'm gonna do this. All right, so I should have a clear line of sight to that guy at this point. My question becomes, what's the situation?
Well, you heard him, and you see just exactly what I described. You see October.
Mechanics wise. If I were going to try and shoot him, what would the...
Oh, so that's going to be a called shot. I'm going to give you... You can see more than his head because there's an arm. So that's going to be a called shot. That's going to be a -4. But let me look up, because you are also shooting into a grapple of a... Right into the middle of it. You know what? It's not a melee, because October is shaken. October rolled a critical failure, and ironically, what that means is October is going to have penalties to do anything, but it also means that they're not in a melee. They are both standing still, so you have a -4 to hit.
Oh, I'm standing?
Yeah.
Yes. Sweet.
Yeah. Doc, as I moved away, I would say, you take this shot if I miss.
Got it.
And I'm going to take the shot.
Okay.
And you hit October.
Nope.
Oh, you got a 5. So you hit.
Nice. And then...
Ooh, nice. Kaboom.
Wow, somebody else is missing their cowboy hat. Roll a vigor check to see if you keep standing there, October. October will be back with us in a moment. Bigger check, please, Daniel. When the gentleman was holding you up. Oh, you fall.
Yeesh.
Please tell me he doesn't hit the rock and incur 2 more wounds and die.
No,
Holy
but
dang. That's 2 failures in a row.
2 criticals
Yeah,
in a
you're-
roll, yeah.
well, you just got shot, so you're really feeling it. Okay. But Doc, you're up.
Is there anyone? Well, I guess there's one guy left.
One guy laying on the ground, still trying to breathe.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just and throw down your iron and surrender, son.
Okay, you're just gonna stay there.
I think actually I'm gonna move up. Right about here. Yeah.
Remember, the pace on your horse is 12.
Up. All right, then I'll move right up to the stream.
And if you don't do anything else, you can double your pace. In other words, if you just want to be there, you can. But that means you can't do anything else.
Okay.
But if you want to stay there and hold an action or whatever, you can do that too. But realize I went first this turn, so I can't go after you.
Oh, right. So I'll get right up over him, just point my rifle right down at him and just say, just surrender, and you don't have to die.
Mr. October,
Yes.
make a vigor roll and see if you can unshake yourself.
I am loving those ones.
You want me
Well,
to?
you do have a 3, and this isn't a critical this time. But yeah, no, you're laying on the ground sucking wind.
So I'm not in his grasp anymore.
No.
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
That's why you made a.
I did the movie, I shot him in the head.
That's why you made a vigor roll. I was
thought
seeing
the one,
it.
I thought the one on the other side had me.
No.
Okay.
No.
Freaking A.
So I have to deal cards.
Well, I mean, because I don't do anything when I'm.
Right, when you're shaking.
Yeah, you can suck wind.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a waste of that, but okay.
Yay! No, it's not. Give us our bennies.
Give us our bennies.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's never a waste. Thank you.
Calm down. Right now.
I'm trying to
All
calm
right.
down.
All right, Doc, you're up.
Right, so I'll get off my horse and go over to the guy who's still alive and cuff him.
Okay.
And we have to the marshals. To the marshal.
To the marshal. To the marshal. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to have to make a was that athletics? Yes. Make an athletics roll because he's going to fight you.
5.
Oh, and I need to roll. Oh, yeah, you get him cuffed.
Cool.
And since there's nobody left who can do anything except you guys, we'll leave the turn order and
Perfect. I will ride over, jump the stream, dismount onto the rocks, pull the pistol out of my holster, and open the 6-shooter so that the ammo falls to the ground. And then I will jam it into the wound on October, and I will pull the trigger, and a green light floats through, healing him but leaving a scar.
Oh, I did have one question. His magic gun, does it look anything like the guns that I saw?
You see him ride up, pull out that pistol, and there's like this itch in your brain for a second, and you're like, what the heck? Yes.
So it looks exactly like the magic guns that I saw in my vision.
Yeah, it's mighty similar.
Huh.
Play on a wounded out of combat. All wounds are recovered, but the vendor gains it. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
You have a scar, sir.
Thank you.
And you missed what, or did you hear it?
I didn't hear it. I've been trying to handle kids stuff too.
No problem. I rode up and I actually pulled the gun out of my holster and I jammed it into your wound after dropping all the shells on the ground and pulled the trigger, and it discharged into you, but a green light flowed from the guns into you, healing you but leaving a scar.
That's cool. That's cool.
Where'd you get those pistols?
And said, don't rightly remember. They found me with them. And then I will proceed to pick the shells back up, reload the gun, spin it, and put it into the holster. And
just a second. I have to stop you real quick.
Okay.
As you're doing that,
yes.
And
I took liberties with that, John. That may not have actually worked that way, but I just
no, that's all
okay.
Good, all good. You hear
It's about that time for me. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, you hear a soft female voice. Jagia Dolawa in your head when that happens. And for a moment, you're in a building with paper walls, and you see a woman with dark black hair, but that's gone, and that that memory's now gone.
Chuck gets a concerned look on his face, but holsters the gun and then extends a hand out and helps October up to his feet.
Okay. Do we want to take another commercial break?
Yeah, we can.
And maybe Daniel will be back
okay.
then. And so, yeah.
I'll put a 4-minute video on.
Oh, okay.
Or
I'll be quick. I just need 30 seconds.
Okay. I'll put the 3-minute one on. And no, I'll wait. I mean, I figured that was a better option than riding 3 hours with an open wound and then letting barbarian doctors work on him that he probably wouldn't allow anyways. No, we're
kind of made it better.
Yeah.
The ship that put to sea, the name of the ship was a belly of tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down below my bully boys.
Thank you.
Soon may the wellman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore, and down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take
I'm back.
that whale and throw. Soon may the wellman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught all hands to the side, harping and fought her.
We're listening to sea shanties.
Soon may the wellman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Okay, it's over. It's a 60-second one.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, a sea shanty, that fits with our horror Wild West theme.
Absolutely. Speaking of, I figured that was a better option, Daniel, than letting you ride 3 hours and then have the equivalent of medical butchers work on you that you probably wouldn't allow anyways.
Yeah. True.
So,
Alrighty. Well, oh, I have 60 points. So here, I tell you what, gentlemen. I got up at 4:30 this morning, and it's midnight for me.
yes.
Let's clean this mess up, and so we've got a little bit more to do. Behind you, you hear Deputy McCullum, Marshals. We're going to have to take Jack to a doctor. He's hit bad.
I can take a look at him right quick.
Oh, he needs a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
I thought you were a marshal.
I'm also a marshal.
We don't call him Doc for nothing.
Alrighty then. Well, come on.
I'll head back over and what should I roll? Roll healing.
I think
then?
you have healing, right?
Yeah.
Oop.
4.
Okay, so you get him stabilized, and
Probably still sent. That was more combat medics thing, so probably still send him back.
yeah, he's going to have to get sent back. The bullet went through, but you've got what you've done is you've stabilized him so that he can live through the ride back.
Right.
But what it means is that, and of course he can't ride a horse. He's hit really bad. But you've got enough twigs and whatever, you guys could probably make a stretcher and have the horse tow the stretcher behind him.
Okay.
Or you could leave 2 guys to do that while you guys head on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else was wounded other than it was Slim and
Slim and Jake were both wounded, but I mean it was I rolled a 1, So they have tiny little flesh wounds that didn't go past their toughness. They got hit, but it didn't go past their toughness. That's why I had them grab their arms. So they've just got little mosquito bites. They're fine.
Okay, well, maybe still have them stay behind with him.
Okay.
And the rest of us move on.
Okay. So I'm going to put, Slim and Jake. Okay. All right. And the rest of y'all up here. I'm going to pull you guys down here. What are you going to do with Mr. Black and White here?
Hog time and put him on the back of one of our horses.
And take him with you or send him back with the other two guys? Because they can take him.
Let's send him back with the other two.
Okay. All right. So we got that sorted out. Everybody's fine.
Is that what we're going to call it then?
Yeah. I think you guys are. The wrap things up. Are you guys going to try to track down horses or?
Would October be up for that?
I mean, after we still got to find.
We're still under 10 minutes, so October.
But we know where the this ranch is, right?
You've still got Deputy McCullum who knows.
Okay, so.
Hey, Daniel.
Yep.
You're still under 10 minutes. So you're still technically controlling those horses. Do you want to do anything with them?
Is there anything that the group would like me to do with them?
Yeah, just have them go back to the guys in the bottom left that are going to go back to town.
Okay, I'll do that.
Tell them to follow those guys?
Yeah. No,
okay.
To go to those guys so that they can grab their harnesses and then lead them back to town.
Well, actually, all he has to do is say follow those guys, and they don't even have to hold their harness.
Only for 10 minutes.
Yeah, only for the next 8 minutes.
Oh, so they won't continue doing the last thing you told them to do when it expires?
I don't believe so. I mean, if they want to do, like, if they were walking towards and then were like, oh hey, I'm hungry, they'd stop to eat and then just not continue their path.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, they'll walk over and those guys head out. And so yes, we will start with the five of you to press onwards.
Okay.
And that's where we'll start next time.
Perfect.
And what I need to, I've got two things of homework so far. Daniel, one thing of homework for you is, I'm not going to worry about it now, but you were wounded and shaken, and does that break activated powers?
I don't believe so. So the powers that have to be maintained say so, and this controlling animals one is not one of those.
I see. Okay. All right. Fair enough. But anyway, if you have a moment in the next week, see if you see anything about that. But all right, it's all yours, Mark.
Great. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming by, as always, and supporting us. We appreciate everybody who came through and lurked, interacted in chat. Of course, everybody who followed through bits. We appreciate all of you. And, of course, everybody else who, well, no, you're going to be good. You're not going to do anything crazy here. There we go. Well, it's starting to. Anybody who hit subscribe, we appreciate everybody that comes through and supports us on the channel and just comes out and hangs out. That's the most important thing. On YouTube, if you're watching, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and, of course, the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content, which is every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. And last but not least, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you consider heading to patreon.com/gamersledge, where you can get your name on every single show that we do for as little as $1 a month, just like the fine folks scrolling across our screen right now, our Patreon and Twitch producers. without whom we could not keep doing what we do. So thank you to all of them. Thank you guys for watching. What's up, Blacklist Delta? Welcome in. We're actually going to raid out in a moment. You made it in the very end. We start a little early and we end a little early on Thursdays because we've got some folks on the East Coast. But thank you to everybody for joining us this evening. We're actually going to show some love to Merc the Nerd 42. So make sure you spam him with raid messages or emotes whenever we go in. Just ledge raid or something along those lines. That would be perfect. And appreciate everybody. We're going to play our outro, and then we will head over and raid Merc the Nerd. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Until next time, be excellent to each other, and game on.
Game on.
I need you closer than ever, ever than before. My life is wasted if I can't spend it all with you. I've lived in total darkness, now you're my only light. When you're away, I feel like a shadow in the night. Hold me